Have you ever wondered why baby birds are always seen with their mouths wide open? This simple yet intriguing behavior is a part of their feeding habits, a fascinating aspect of avian life. Is it merely a sign of hunger, or is there something more to it? Does it have something to do with their survival, or is it a unique way of communication between the chicks and their parents? Let's delve into the fascinating world of avian feeding habits to find the answer. The birth of baby birds is a miraculous event in the world of nature. It begins with an egg, a small vessel of life, which when the time is right, breaks open to reveal a tiny, fragile creature. This new life enters the world utterly helpless, its survival hinging on the tireless efforts of its parents. The fledgling's first instinct is to eat, and it's their parents who take on the integral role of feeding them. These devoted parents tirelessly forage for food, returning to the nest to regurgitate meals into the waiting beaks of their offspring. This feeding process is not only about satisfying hunger, it's also about growth and survival. Each meal strengthens the young birds, helping them grow feathers, develop muscles, and gain the energy they need to eventually take their first flight. Indeed, the life of a baby bird begins with an utter dependence on their parents for food. The feeding habits of baby birds are quite complex and varied. Just as we see a wide range of diets and feeding schedules among human babies, so too is the case with our feathered friends. Let's take a journey across the globe, exploring the feeding habits of different species of baby birds. In the dense rainforests of South America, baby toucans are fed by both parents. They are delivered a smorgasbord of tropical fruits, insects, and occasionally small reptiles. A chick might be fed up to 10 times in an hour during peak growth periods. Meanwhile, in the arid landscapes of Australia, the kookaburra chicks are primarily fed by the mother. They feast on a diet of insects, fish, and small rodents, with feeding intervals stretching up to 2 hours. Now, let's venture to the North American forests, where the red cardinal babies reside. Here, both parents share the responsibility of feeding their young, bringing them a variety of seeds, insects, and berries. These chicks are fed about every 20 minutes during daylight hours. As we can see, the types of food that baby birds eat are as diverse as the birds themselves. Some are insectivores, like the swallows, while others are omnivores, like crows. Some baby birds, such as flamingos and pigeons, are even fed a special secretion known as crop milk, produced by their parents. The frequency of feeding also varies. Some chicks are fed almost continuously during the day, while others have longer intervals between meals. It all depends on the species, the diet, and the growth rate of the chicks. In conclusion, while we often see charming pictures of baby birds with their mouths wide open, waiting for a worm from mum or dad, the reality is much more complex. Each species has its own unique feeding habits, tailored to its environment, diet, and lifestyle. The feeding habits of baby birds are indeed diverse and fascinating, aren't they? Parents play a crucial role in the feeding habits of baby birds. It's a fascinating journey that begins with the search for food. The parent birds, both mother and father, venture out of their nests into the vast wild, their eyes scanning the earth and sky for potential meals. Each species has its unique diet. Some prefer juicy worms, others fancy crunchy insects, and a few might even opt for the sweet nectar of flowers. The parent birds are nature's finest foragers, their instincts guiding them to the best sources of nourishment for their young ones. The process, however, is not as simple as it seems. The task of finding food is fraught with challenges and risks. Predators lurk in the shadows, posing a constant threat. Weather conditions can be unpredictable and harsh, turning a routine food hunt into a battle against the elements. Despite these perils, the parent birds persevere, their resilience a testament to their unwavering dedication to their offspring. Once the food is secured, the journey back to the nest begins. Here again, the parent birds display remarkable navigational skills, their path unerringly leading them back to their waiting young ones. The feeding process then commences, with the parent birds regurgitating the food directly into the open beaks of their offspring. This ensures that the chicks receive the nutrition they need in a form that is easy for them to digest. Both mother and father birds share this responsibility equally, their roles interchangeable. They take turns in foraging for food and feeding the chicks, maintaining a seamless cycle of care and nourishment. In the avian world, parenting is indeed a heroic task, especially when it comes to feeding their young ones. The commitment and courage displayed by these feathered parents serve as a poignant reminder of the lengths to which nature's creatures will go to ensure the survival and well-being of their progeny. From being entirely dependent on their parents for food, baby birds eventually take the leap to independence. This journey is an intricate dance of nature, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of these young avian creatures. It begins with weaning, a gradual process where the parent birds start to reduce the frequency of their feeding trips. This reduction isn't arbitrary, but rather a strategic move to stir curiosity and hunger in the baby birds, nudging them towards self-reliance. Next comes the exploration phase. Baby birds, driven by their hunger, start venturing out, probing their environment with an innate sense of curiosity. They peck and poke, learning which objects are edible and which are not. It's a hands-on, or rather beaks-on, education. Then there's the trial and error phase. Not every foraging attempt is successful. There are misses, mistakes, and misjudgments. But with each failure, the baby birds gain valuable lessons, honing their skills, refining their techniques. Finally, we see the emergence of independent birds, fully equipped to fend for themselves, no longer reliant on their parents for sustenance. This transition doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that unfolds over weeks, sometimes even months. And so, the nestlings become fledglings, ready to face the vast open world. The journey of a baby bird from dependence to independence is indeed a fascinating process, filled with trials, errors, and ultimate triumph. Let's recap the fascinating feeding habits of baby birds. We started our journey with the miraculous birth of these tiny creatures, each one a testament to the relentless cycle of life. We then delved into the diverse feeding habits of baby birds, which are as varied as the species themselves. From the regurgitation of food by parents to self-feeding, these habits are a captivating study in survival and adaptation. The role of parent birds in feeding their young is pivotal. Their tireless efforts, from foraging for food to teaching feeding techniques, reflect the unwavering commitment to nurturing their offspring. Finally, we explored the transition from dependency to independence. This journey is a testament to the resilience of these fledglings as they learn to fend for themselves, one day at a time. The world of baby birds and their feeding habits is indeed a marvel of nature, illustrating the intricate balance and beauty of life.